The motor, it drives all the way to 5000 rpm. And let's launch this. You can hear some wheel spin. So first gear, it's almost 40 kilometers. Second gear, it goes to 80 kilometers. So post 3000 rpm, you can hear the engine noise, and it goes almost 120 kilometers in third gear. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have the Maruthi Suzuki Breeza. This is the key of the vehicle. So this is a VXI variant. This is to lock the car. Let's open the hood. The hood is heavy, so you see insulation there. So this is a 1.5 liter K series dual jet, dual VVT engine. The washer fluid goes in. Let's shed this. There's a proper third, and this is the front profile of the car. It looks boxy. You get the Suzuki logo here, finished in chrome. You also have chrome elements here, and you can see the body cladding. This is all over the car. And coming to the headlight unit, so you get the projector setup headlights, but these are not LEDs. Indicators are also bulbs. Fog lamps are LEDs. Coming to the side profile of this car, so the tire size, it's 215/60 R 16 inch. This is an alloy wheel, but for the VXI variant we don't get an alloy wheel, so it's a steel rim with wheel caps. This is fitted by the dealer. So you see the suspension right there, the body cladding as we discussed, and this silver and chrome finish, this is also fitted by the dealer. There is no request sensor either for the co-driver or for the driver. So for the ORVMs, you get these indicators. This is the fuel lid. This takes in 48 liters of fuel, and this is the rear profile of this car. You can see rear defogger. You also have this high mounted stop lamp, and you can see some spoiler treatment here, and you get a shark fin antenna, which is cool. So Breeza written there. Tail lights, these are LED units connected, and indicator, it's a bulb. So let's open the boot. So you can see the reverse parking camera there, and you can also see the lights there for this number plate. So this is the boot of the vehicle. So this has 338 liters of boot space. Let me show you the spare wheel. So this is the spare wheel of the car, and the tire size happens to be 16 inch. This isn't an alloy, this is a steel rim. Let me shed this. Okay, so you get hydraulic studs there. Let me shed this. Okay, so as we discussed, we have the body cladding all over the place, and you get this reflectors here. Let's check the interior of this car. So for the driver, you can manually adjust the height by using this, and let's step in, and this is where the key goes in, and you have the AC vents here. This is the traction button to off and on. This is for the fog lights. This is for the headlight leveler, and the door pockets are decent enough, so you can easily fit in 1 liter of water bottle, and you also have good storage space here. And these are the controls for the driver. So this is to control the ORVMs. This is to auto fold. This is to lock, unlock, and here this is for the child lock. Driver gets the control of all 4 power windows here. So there are no chrome elements here. So this particular door handle is finished in the dashboard tone, so that is monotone, and you have this tweeter here. So let's start the vehicle. Okay, there you go. So this is the steering wheel of the vehicle, and the leather wrap here, this is also fitted by the dealer. You can see the stitching. Okay, this is good to hold, and you see nice Suzuki logo here, and you also have this circular chrome finish, and horn is decent. You get the steering mounted controls here. So this is to change the channels, this is to change the volume. So this is to increase, and this is to decrease the volume. This is to mute, and this is to change the modes. You don't get any controls here. and you also get this controls. So this is to answer the call, this is to decline the call, and this is for the voice commands. And here, this is how the instrument cluster looks like for the VXI variant. So you have the tachometer here, the speedometer. You also get a small digital instrument cluster, and there is no fuel gauge here. So this is where the fuel level shows, and there is nothing much to navigate. So you can use a stick to navigate. You have the range, you have the average, and it shows like you can also see the gear indicators here. And coming to the center console, you have this infotainment system. So this is a 7-inch infotainment system which supports Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, FM, and this is to go to the phone, and this is to connect to the Bluetooth devices, and this is to connect Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You had the hazard light button here. So you have 2 AC vents here. You don't get a auto dim rear view mirror. So sun visors, there is only a ticket holder, there is no mirror, there is no light. So for the co-driver, there is just a mirror, there is no light. You can see some silver elements here on the dashboard. Everything is plastic. You have hard plastic here and there. The glove box. So the glove box is decent enough, and there you have the AC vent. And you also have some soft touch materials here, which is good. So here you have this controls. Let me zoom in. So you have a small display here which shows in the fan speed. So this is to increase, this is to decrease the fan speed, and you have the temperature here. So you get automatic climate control. So this is to decrease the temperature, and this is to increase the temperature, and this is to off the AC. This is for automatic climate control. This is for front and rear, and this is to change the modes. So it's basic. And here you don't get any wireless charging pad, so you can consider this as a storage space. And you get 12 volts 120 watts socket here, and you also have a USB socket here. So you can connect the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay by connecting this to a USB cable. And this is a gear knob. So it's same as other Maruti cars. So you have the chrome finish. This is a 5-speed unit. And center console, you don't get any armrest. So you have storage spaces, decent amount of storage spaces. So this is the handbrake. You also see chrome finish here. So you have twin cup holders, and this is the perfume. You also have some storage space where you can keep your keys or something like that here. And coming to the seats, the seats are okay. They are not so comfortable, and seat bolstering is also okay type. Under thigh support is a bit issue here. Let's go back to the rear. I'm at the rear of this Breeza. So this is the dashboard view, and the rear drivers also get storage space where they can fit in 1 liter of water bottle. And you get the control here to adjust the mirrors. So let me shed this. You get 4 adjustable headrest. There is no center headrest, there is no center armrest, and I would say the leg room is decent enough. And I'm 5'11" and the leg room is decent enough. And under the support is a bit lagging, and the headroom, you have a lot of headroom. And for the rear passengers, you also get rear AC vents. So this is to turn off and turn on, and this is also used to control the speed. And there is a small hump here. 3 people, it's not so comfortable, so they need to put one leg here and the other one here. So it's not so comfortable for 3 people. It's okay for 2 people. And so yeah, let's drive this car and discuss further on the features. And let's check the performance of this car, the suspension. Okay, putting into first gear. So guys, now you can see the road. It's not so good. So you see the bumps here. So I'm testing the ground clearance and also the suspension. So how this goes. So you can feel the bounciness, and the ground clearance is not an issue. Okay. The torque is okay, like without revving also you can easily take over those bumps. So we'll find a proper road and give this a beans. The horn is decent, and the cabin noise is also very well insulated. You can hear a bit of road noise. So let's take a left and try to rev this motor. Okay guys, we are all set to go. Air conditioning off, left foot on the clutch, right foot on the accelerator. So putting into first gear, handbrake down. So it revs all the way to 5000 rpm. So there is some amount of wheel spin. So first gear, it's going all the way to 6000 rpm and top speed is 40. Sorry for the launch, so we have to stop this and let's test this again. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, putting into first gear, air conditioning off, revving the motor. It revs all the way to 5000 rpm. You can hear a beep sound post 80 kilometers. So the engine is very smooth and the clutch is also on lighter side, but I really feel the gearbox is bit rubberiness. So the acceleration is also good. So post 3000 rpm, it's like a rocket. It's like a rocket. So in the fourth gear it's going 120. So you can hear continuous beep at 120 kilometers per hour. Let's take a U-turn. The steering is light and steering centers, so it's not an issue. So let's take a halt here. Revving the motor, it revs all the way to 5000 rpm and let's launch this. You can hear some wheel spin. So first gear it's almost 40 kilometers. Second gear it goes to 80 kilometers. So post 3000 rpm you can hear the engine noise and it goes almost 120 kilometers. In third gear the engine is very smooth, it's very peppy, there is no low end lag. So guys, so this is a 1.5 liter K series dual jet dual VVT engine. So it's a 5-speed manual gearbox and the road presence is also good. I am almost able to see the hood of the vehicle, so it's a clear view what's around. So it almost has 200 mm of ground clearance, so you can take this to the some worst of the roads. And this is a front wheel drive and you can hear the wheel spin whenever you launch this vehicle. Coming to the suspension, front we have the MacPerson suspension and rear we have the Tosha bin setup. So the suspension is stiff, I would say, and you can also feel a bit of body roll. So feel and feedback from the steering is good. So yeah, high speed stability is also good, and Breeza gets a 3-star safety rating. Coming to the power outputs, so this produces 103 bhp of power and 138 newton meters of torque. So taking a Newton is easy, and there is some amount of body roll. The feel and feedback from the steering is very impressive. The steering gets centered whenever you take a U-turn. So earlier we used to have that problem in the Maruti cars, but I guess they have fixed the issue. You get 4 variants of this car, that is LXI, VXI, ZXI and ZXI optional. So this particular car which we are driving, this is a VXI. So this is a petrol manual. So you also have automatic variants available. Sitting posture is also good. The back support is good, but the thigh support is something that is lagging. So it's not that comfortable for a tall passenger as me. You have a good view around the mirrors. So what's coming to the average, this will give you around 12 to 13 in the city, and out on highways you will get like 14 to 16, around 14 to 16. So in terms of fuel capacity, it's not that efficient. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel